Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Is high blood pressure a disease or a symptom of disease? Dr. Joel Wallach, peer-reviewed medical doctor, has turned the medical community on its head by saying high blood pressure is a symptom and a reaction to an underlying disease, which the medical practice doesn't have time to figure out. He said that even if you get blood pressure under control, you will still die from the underlying disease. What did he say so astounding? Salt is unrelated to high blood pressure. Fat is unrelated to high blood pressure. And cholesterol is unrelated to high blood pressure. So how are the three related? Let me first say, and this is me talking, that table salt is horrible. It is more accurately named refined salt. We all know that refined sugar, which is sugar, brown sugar, is terrible for you. But for some reason, we think refined salt isn't bad for you. So when the good doctor says salt, he's not talking about refined salt. Real salt is the full spectrum of salt, from sodium chloride to magnesium and potassium. Salt is an essential for life. If you studied biology for a second, the first thing they teach you is that salt is an essential as air and water for human existence. And before I go on, I'm not medically trained. The only thing that I took was actually pre-med in college. Continuing on, the first thing a coach does to an athlete during and after practice is to give him a salt solution drink, i.e. to replenish his electrolytes. Salt makes your stomach acid. Salt makes your nerve messages travel from one nerve to the next. It prevents a whole host of diseases. So without salt, you get heartburn, acid reflux, IBID. So why do you swell up when you eat salt? You are swelling up not from the salt, but from the low blood peptides or blood proteins. Okay, Shakaama, how do I cure low blood peptides or blood proteins? Eat 10 eggs a day. No, Shakaama, my doctor told me eggs have cholesterols and I can't eat eggs. Fact. Dietary cholesterol does not even affect serum blood cholesterol. Cholesterol is an essential nutrient created by your body. It is a steroid that your own body creates. Your hormones are made up of cholesterol. Vitamin D is a cholesterol. So eating eggs will do nothing to you. The only thing the doctor is doing is explaining that eggs have cholesterol and leaving out the fact that eating them doesn't raise or lower cholesterol. Also, breaking down cholesterol into its components, we now know that there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. So, if an egg, which is going to develop into a chicken, is made up of cholesterol, which part is the bad cholesterol? There is none. Bad cholesterol is formed from oxidation of good cholesterol. So it's not the cholesterol, it's the oxidation of cholesterol. So now what? Your diet probably has 0 antioxidants. So what? Cholesterol raises blood peptides or blood proteins, which removes your swelling up from eating salt, which is essential. And cholesterol is an essential to your life as well. So if you're taking medication that lowers cholesterol, you're destroying your body. Also, we now know that the removal of cholesterol, the removal of fat, creates Alzheimer's disease. Also, we know that we need fat in the form of omega-3 and omega-6, which destroyed the myth that fat was bad for you. Another myth hoisted on the population by the olive, soy, and corn farm industrial complex, namely Monsanto. So now Dr. Wallach says, eat 6 to 10 eggs daily, and this will also have a side effect or a direct effect on men. If you are a man that is suffering from, I can't remember, I keep thinking PTSD. I don't know that it's not PTSD. What is it? Man failure. I'm forgetting what, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. If you eat 6 to 10 eggs a day, that problem will disappear. Also, you have to eat fat along with the eggs. So you have to have the cholesterol. You have to have the fat with it. Fat is not your enemy. Eating fat does not make you fat. We now know that eating a whole bunch of carbohydrates makes you fat. You get fat from plants too. Eat a whole salt. I suggest pink Himalayan sea salt. Take a fish oil pill. Now, if you're afraid of mercury, you can do a krill oil. I'm going to provide links for all of this in the commentary below. He's very adamant that you remove all fried food from your diet. All of it. Bake it instead if you can, or boil it. So the eggs, 6 to 10 eggs, he's recommending that you boil them. Not fry them, not scramble them. Not fry them, not scramble them. What happens? When you fry food, you know that if you fry the food long enough, it'll burn. Well, that is happening already in frying food at a microscopic level. So even if you have it super, super duper low, it's already producing, oxidizing any cholesterol and any fat, and you're eating that. So he says, get rid of the fat. I don't care how long you boil something, as long as you keep adding water, I don't care how long you boil something, you're not going to burn it, right? Right? So frying, especially in these oils that they have now, which are all made by Monsanto, they all come from one place, corn oil. And if you watch the documentary Fat Like Me, I believe, the guy ate McDonald's for like 30 days and didn't gain weight or something like that. Did not. Come to find out he cheated on that documentary. The fat that McDonald's uses is the Monsanto fat. They don't use butter. They don't use lard. They don't use cow fat, pig fat, chicken fat, or what have you, right? Animal fat is actually good for you. They are now selling lard in the supermarket now. They've gone back to selling it because people finally woke up and realized that there was never anything wrong with lard. And of course, it makes your food taste amazing. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Now, as for me, why do I still have problems? Well, I'm a high maintenance type of person. I go for 24 hours without eating at all, without drinking water, regularly, because I am so wound up about YouTube and my other stuff. I have started to exercise, and I wanted to come out with a thing, a before and after, and do this whole thing, but now YouTube has, destroyed my channel, and I was going to do this whole thing. I was going to contact people to do a supreme makeover and come out with, looking like a bodybuilder and by the end of the year. But anyway, that dream is gone. I'm waiting to see what I'm getting paid, and that'll probably be the end of this. I'll have to go do something else. Unless all of you all support me with just $1 a month. And I'm being serious about that. I'm not begging. I'm being serious. $1 a month, if all of you all supported me, would keep the channel open. And for those who say, stop begging, all the other channels beg. PewDiePie begs. PewDiePie, the guy with 54 million subscribers, he holds funding live streams all the time. And of course, he gets thousands of dollars. People drop $1,000 on him all the time. Now, you might say, well, he's a better entertainer. Well, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to make sure that you're alive, you have a good job, that you have some sort of goals and ambitions in life. Because you don't get this. You don't get this even in college. This, what I'm doing, you don't get this. You don't get this anywhere. You don't get this in church. You think church is your answer? You don't get this in church. When's the last time your preacher asked you, what do you do for a living? When's the last time your preacher said, let's take a look at the neighborhood and see if we can create a community with a solid economic base to it? Doesn't happen. Not that I'm harping on churches. You just don't get this anywhere. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you, even the evil ones. Bye-bye.